Hey guys, welcome back to my show, Who's at My Vanity, where I interview your favorite creators and entrepreneurs in Philly. Today we're here with Farah.
Hi guys!
Let's get a quick little introduction.
So I'm Farah, I am a content creator here in Philly. I've been doing this for like 10-15 years. I'm 37 years old. I just became a mom. I'm chaotic as can be, and I also happen to work for Visit Philly, so I pretty much know everything that's going on in Philadelphia.
I'm so excited to get into today's episode. We're actually going to go through Farah's skincare favorites.
Trying to keep young, right?
Let's get started. Product number one actually also happens to be our small business spotlight. So
I love doing this. Let's see. Let me put my little hand. It's called Sabbatical Beauty. They're located in the Bach building, but you can get things online. And I am spotlighting my favorite, which is a vacuum cleansing oil. And for those who don't know, it does an oil pull. So you put it all in your face. We're not doing it today because it's really messy. It takes out all the dirt and literally all the blackheads just by it pulls it. I don't know how it does it.
It kind of feels like something ball up, and when you look at it, it's just like your
dirt.
Blackhead.
Yeah, it's
kind of
really gross.
Actually.
It's all natural stuff that she sells. They're really great. I also use their eye gel for fine lines under these bad boys. Keep looking tight. It has a bunch of really amazing all natural products. So
I'm excited to
shout out to Sabbatical Beauty.
Love it. So which product are we gonna get started with first?
I always use my new face. Not gonna lie, I get Botox, but I like to keep my face snatched. So before I even start anything, I use this, I don't even know what this is, Aqua Gel Activator. You have one too.
I want the new face so bad, but this is the Medicube Boosters, and I usually just use it with some oil. The one time I tried Nicole's new face, and I didn't realize that you needed to have,
oh my god,
what's it called, an agent between you to have something to activate.
Or else it hurts.
I was like, oh, this kind of hurts, it's burning, and I had little red marks all over my face.
Oh my god. I was about to say, see, I would crank that shit up.
Also, don't mind my nails, like this caca polish, I don't know.
I can't even lie to her. It's a very interesting color.
It's literally the worst color, and I feel bad.
What's the name of that color?
It's definitely something. OPI sent me a PR gift, super sweet, and they look really good. It's just the color is horrible.
I love that I can do this today because with the baby, I don't have as much time as I used to.
You open up a lot about being a mom on your platforms. What's it been like so far?
Well, definitely chaotic, and I mean, it's been a very unique experience that I don't think anyone can prep you for, if that makes sense. And I've had a lot of lows. I've had highs, but I've had a lot of lows, and yeah, it's been a lot.
Well, I love that you talk about stuff like that on your page, because I feel like a lot of mommy bloggers make it look like it's all sunshine and rainbows, and it's definitely a huge life change.
Yeah. I genuinely felt so alone and with my feelings. Like, every time I would look on Instagram, everything, it's like, oh my god, I'm so excited to be a mom. I love pregnancy. I can work out while I'm pregnant and this and that. And like, power to those women. But that was not my truth. I didn't know whether or not I wanted a baby. Like, being a mom was never like my top goal in life. Like, I never had that. And I know a lot of women do have that and have that maternal instinct. And I just never did. So going onto social media, it can be really like jarring and make you feel lonely in your thoughts, like, oh my god, am I the only, like, am I a horrible person because I'm not excited about this pregnancy and it sucks and I'm throwing up and I'm miserable. But so I took it upon myself to be like, you know what, like, I'm gonna be truthful about it.
The voice of moms who struggle.
Not even a voice, but I ended up finding other women that felt the same way, and I felt it was like almost like a form of therapy for me. The more honest I was online, the more I found other women in my community that like felt the same way and were like, oh my god, thank you. Like, I hated doing that. And the one thing that people always ask me, oh, how are you? Like, if you're gonna ask me how I am, expect a real answer. Yeah. Or not like, oh, everything's great. And I would literally be like, it's horrible. And they would just look at me like,
not sure what to say.
Yeah, and it's like, you asked me and I'm gonna tell you, it sucks. Like, none of this is fun. Like, I'm very excited and blessed, and I'm blessed that I can bring a child into this world, a healthy child, but like, it's hard. And us women have so much that we have to like carry, and other than a baby, and I wanted to use my platform for that. I will not shy away from talking about the good and the bad of being a mom.
Do you feel like women are given enough space to be vulnerable about that online? Or like what kind of reaction have you had from sharing your intimate thoughts?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. It's so interesting because as much as I've really felt like I've found a new form of girlhood within motherhood, and I've met some of the most amazing supportive moms, also seen when you open up, like there's so much criticism, and it'd be your own people. It's other women just like, oh, well, you shouldn't feel that way. Not for nothing, I'm gonna go here, but a lot of men feel like they can talk about women's feelings and how they should feel. And that's a whole thing too within itself. So no, I don't.
If you don't have a vagina, I really don't think that you should be talking about what it's like to be a mother.
Exactly, like at all.
It's actually so annoying that they really don't have to do much other than bust a nut and then stand next to you at the hospital. Like,
amen.
You go through so much, and a lot of my friends right now are becoming moms, and I'm so excited for them. I'm starting to see that truth and reality.
And
like,
I'm the last of like my group of friends from home that had a baby, and I literally called my best friend the next day, like after I had a baby. I was like, I'm so sorry, like I like wasn't there as much as I should have, because now I'm like, oh, there's certain things you just don't know until you're in it.
Yeah.
And even I'm still learning, and
it's hard to show up for somebody when you don't know
and
what
as
they're
a
going
woman
through.
The craziest part is like the whole like you shouldn't touch people like goes out the door. The amount of people that have randomly just like come and touch my belly is like absurd. Italian Market Festival, like this man, and he was like trying to be nice.
A man too.
Yeah, and he was like walking down the street, and he literally like taps my belly like this and goes, God bless you, hon, you look great. Like with every like negative moment, I felt like I had such a good moment.
How do you think being a mom has impacted your relationships with your husband, with your friends?
Yeah. Oh my God. So I'm very vocal, and I'm lucky enough that my friends are very understanding. So I have my group of friends that don't have kids and that are in the city, and then I have like my friends from home that all have kids. So I have a very like eclectic like variety of friends, and with my friends I feel from home, it got me a little bit closer in understanding what they're going through. We're still in different stages, but with my friends in the city, you know, there was a lot of conversations I had because I won't like start not inviting me places, not to be like malicious, but just like, oh, she's pregnant, she doesn't feel. And I had to have these hard conversations with them where I was vulnerable, and I was like, that hurt my feelings that I didn't even get an invite. Now I see all you guys out. I do feel like I'm lucky enough that my core group of friends, with kids or without kids, they were there for me during every moment and tried to either understand, support. I had friends who've literally stayed in on a Friday night so I could go out. Right. But I will say this, what worked to my advantage is my personality is very vocal, and I would literally say to people, if you're coming over or if you're asking to do this, like you're holding the baby, I need you to help me.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if there's anything I can do, let me know.
And
you're
like,
the
okay,
person
cool.
who's like, okay, I need you to come and clean my house.
Yeah, like, and I was like that. And then with Matt, it's such a loaded question, because like relationships, you go through so many different phases.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough that like Matt is very supportive, but tries to understand. You do feel alone at times, and I feel like the relationship has evolved. The first like 3 weeks brought us really closer. They call it like the baby bubble, and because you're like learning on your own, like it. And I feel like me and him are so high strong, and those first 2 weeks, like we were so mellow and just trying to figure it out in like survival mode.
Yeah.
So that made me fall in love with him even more, and it like brought us closer in there. But then like reality starts hitting, and there were moments, I'm not gonna sit here and lie, where like there's a lot of arguing, a lot of like he didn't understand why I felt this way. My postpartum depression went like, I didn't even know that it was happening until I was in it. Like a lot of crying, and like I would have like literally crash outs and meltdowns, and he'd be like, what? Like, what is happening? Like, you're fine. And I'm like, I'm not fucking fine. Like, so there was all these moments where we had to have like these hard conversations.
I know you mentioned that you weren't so sure that you wanted to have kids when you guys got married. Was that something that you had to talk about? So
before we got married, everyone should do it before they get married.
Please.
Please, God. Before we even got engaged, we had the talk, because I think I had made a joke about like, I don't even know if I want kids or something. And Matt was like, whoa. And like, when you're younger, like, you don't even have those conversations, although you have to have those conversations. And for me, I always said, and I think I've said this to you before, I always felt like if I find the right man that was going to be supportive, it would be the right person and I would be ready for it. But even like after we got married, we had that conversation like
about like whether or not you were going to have kids.
Not even, because at that point we decided, because we were like not going to be together if I didn't want kids. Like it was like a make or break. Like I had to decide whether or not, because, and I get it,
he wanted kids.
He wanted kids,
yeah.
And that's okay. Sometimes relationships go through that where like everything's perfect, but you don't have
if you're not on the same page with that, then I don't know.
And I feel like a lot of people get married with that and think, oh, well, like get past it, but no, if you're dead set on not having a child and someone else is, like, it's gonna come up again. Like you're not gonna change each other's minds.
Well, I can imagine it becomes, there like can become some resentment there as well if you just kind of keep pushing it.
So we had a conversation, and I remember he wanted to have the a baby like as soon as we got married, and I literally like,
when did you get married?
2022. And I literally was like, hard stop. I said hard stop. I remember looking at him, I exactly know when this happened, and I said to him, don't you ever give me a timeline as a man, because you don't know what it's like when I get pregnant. You're not gonna have to tell your job, hey, I'm gonna be out for this, I'm gonna be pregnant. You don't have to stop what you're doing. You don't have to compete with someone who's not pregnant. You don't have to say no to things. Your body's not gonna change. You're not gonna have to go through these certain things.
You can have
certain
sushi.
Things. Yeah, you can have
exactly.
You can drink like anything, and not his fault. He never thought of those things.
Yeah,
I was like, put yourself in my shoe. Like, you're not gonna have to do like, I worked so hard for where I was at that time in my career. I wasn't jeopardizing it. So we made an agreement that we would wait a few years and then we would start trying. And I think at one point, right before we did start trying, he definitely was like, are we gonna do this? Because for a little bit I was pushing it on. I'm not gonna lie, because like it was a lot. I was gonna go to Spain, and he's like, well, you want to like be pregnant before? I was like, absolutely not. I'm not
Why
going.
would I go to Spain pregnant?
And like even after, I'm so glad we didn't. Like we went to Florence for our baby moon, and that was hard enough. Like I was like wobbling my little way through everywhere.
You mentioned you work for Visit Philly, but I know you have some other jobs too.
Yeah, so Visit Philly is the full-time job. But I also still freelance for whaterice.com, and not as much. I'm not gonna lie. And then I used to have a charcuterie business with my girl Sarah. Shout out to Sarah. I had a reality check, went on maternity leave, and had the baby. I was like, I'm gonna like really do a lot of freelance work and my charcuterie business while I'm on maternity leave.
While you have the kid on one
that was determined to be a lie. That I was like so in a whole nother world of thinking that. But
we found out today that we are both first generation Latinas, and she's actually Latina and Egyptian. So how do you feel like your culture has influenced the way you live your life and then family?
That's a good question. I feel like it's made me more empathetic to like differences and different people and different cultures, and I grew up in a really humble way, so I feel like it just makes me feel more appreciative for what I have now. Just being part of a different culture, see like how everyone is just different in their own way but all going through the same stuff, made me so much more accepting of people and just love people and meeting new people.
Love it. Okay, and before we wrap it up here, what's your favorite part about being a Philly creator? Because you are an OG.
I am an OG, aren't I? Philly is one of the most unique cities that I think you could be a creator in, because you have to be unique, you have to be raw, and Philly will accept you for being who you are and being real, and the people are unlike anyone else. So I love that, and I love the like community. Like I've met so many people, like I met you randomly at an event. Like
that's always how it goes too.
Yeah, Philly's a small, big city, I feel like.
I agree. And it surprises me too.
And I've just met so many amazing people because everyone just wants to help each other out, wants to collaborate, wants to do fun things. And I feel when I talk to people, other creators from different other cities, they don't have that. So I think the community and just the smallness and the realness of Philly is just awesome. Okay, so I think my favorite part is a full circle moment when I got to work the Super Bowl parade.
Oh man, that's sick.
The Super Bowl parade, I was pregnant, and it was funny because so many people saw me on the news and they were like so concerned. They're like, oh my god, Farah's in the parade. But I got to like walk the parade. I got to walk the parade with all the players, and I got like some of the most dopest shots. And for some of you who don't know, I used to work for the NFL Films as like an intern and like production assistant like years back, like 15 years ago. I felt so badass because, fun fact, I walked home with a suitcase because Matt couldn't get into the city to pick me up. When it was done, I walked from the art museum all the way to South Philly.
Oh my god.
With a suitcase, pregnant. That was probably my favorite iconic moment.
You couldn't miss that.
No.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you follow Farah on all of her socials. We have a lot of cool guests coming on, so stay tuned and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.
Bye.